We'll revisit it. There we go.
Okay, motion to approve the minutes without the sentence.
So moved.
Second.
Was that Hewitt?
Yes.
Okay.
All in favor, we want a roll call?
Yes. For as is? Yeah. Okay.
It's clear.
Okay, and is this everybody again?
This would be everybody
Okay.
who was there at the meeting.
Okay, so we have Arsenal,
No.
Birchall, Comtois, do we say? Yeah. DiMartino,
No.
Greenmore,
Yes.
Hewlett,
No.
Holmes. Oh, you weren't there, never mind. Hewitt,
Yes.
Luther,
Yes.
Raymond,
No.
Sylvia,
Yes.
Tilton,
Yes.
Vadney,
Yes.
Worsman.
Yes.
So we have 9, 2, 4.
All right, motion passes. Those minutes are adopted without the record showing that this convention, this chair consulted RSA 91A2, specific discussion and examination of RSA 91A2, Roman numeral 3, for the permissibility of having Representative Guy Comtois in the state of his household emergency to attend the meeting of February 18, 2014. Okay, executive committee for February 24th.
One small change, just a slight change in wording near the bottom of the second paragraph, tax anticipation. It says, Chair wanted proof of that. That implies I question the veracity of Treasurer Muzzy. That's not the case. That should be changed to say, Chair Tilton wanted a copy of the written request and asked for Commissioners' meeting minutes.
Second.
With that change, I move that the minutes be approved as written.
Second.
Executive committee, or 6 were attending,
Okay.
so just those 6. All
Any
in
further
favor?
discussion? All in favor? 3, all in favor.
Can you read the change? Did you get the change, Angela?
Yes, so,
Wanted a copy of the written request.
Thank you.
Okay, and then finally, we have the minutes of the delegation meeting of February 24th. Okay. Motion to accept those minutes? I'll make that motion. A second, please. Discussion, please. Yes.
I would like to put in a sentence for the budget vote. We need to add something in there, and it says she would like to ask any delegation member that disagrees with her on this to come along in the spirit of fairness, and asked if anybody was interested or to contact her, if so. And I'd like to add, there was no response from any member of the delegation.
I don't know who you are.
We're at the budget vote, page 3 on the minutes. After you talked about going to the Attorney General's office regarding a legal vote, legality of the vote,
Right.
I would like on the record to state that there was no response from anybody else on the delegation after that.
Yep.
Okay, and then I have just a couple of grammatical ones. Under fund balance, the fourth line down begins, Brett Cormier amended her motion to raise and appropriate, and we need to remove a 0 from $1,000,005. And then down on budget votes, the very last, second to last paragraph, Attorney General's office, apostrophes. I believe that was it. Are there any other changes from any member of the delegation? Yes, Representative.
I just want to point out that it says right in these minutes, that this is where Representative Gulick sat across and talked about 91A. That's right. That, I just called it.
It was yes, it was rehashed again. Yes, indeed.
Excuse me,
Yes.
the 0 that they, I know, where is that? I missed
It's
that.
on-
1,500,000. It's on fund
On
balance.
page 3, fund balance?
Fund balance in the middle.
5,000. 5,100.
It says 1,5000, so there's 4 zeros, not 3.
Oh, I see, it says it's right at the first, on the first line, but not on the second. Okay, I got it.
All right. Okay, is there any additional corrections? Seeing none, all in favor of accepting these minutes as amended? Is there any opposition? Motion carries. That concludes the minutes present part of our meeting, and that brings our minutes up to date.
Are we going to go back and do the public safety?
Oh, yes, the public safety minutes. Representative Vadney, we were waiting for you as we needed a third person. We didn't have a quorum for those minutes. Are you in agreement that those minutes are
Yes, I am.
acceptable? Okay, motion?
So, I made the motion before, well, I'll do it again, I guess you need a new motion. I move to accept the administrative.
Second?
And all in favor who is on this committee, please signify by saying aye. 1, 2, 3, 4, motion carries. Thank you. Okay, we are now on to the 2014 budget. We have before us the spreadsheet from the county commissioners recording all of the votes prior to today. Is there any further motions? Representative Sylvia.
I have a motion to modify the amounts appropriated in the following departments. To raise and appropriate the sum of $42,938 for health insurance in the administration department, which is a reduction of $4,000. To raise and appropriate the sum of $40,304 for health insurance in the nursing home activities department, which is a reduction of $16,000 as delineated. And to raise and appropriate the sum of $491,870 for health insurance in corrections department, which is an increase of $20,000 as delineated.
Thank you. Is there a second?
So this will move money to the corrections department to take care of the 2 extra officers that we voted for. And that way we can be a little bit more sure that they will actually get those officers.
Okay. Representative.
I would just like to echo what Representative Luther had mentioned last week, that we have no control over that. We can wish all we want, but we can't micromanage that.
Thank you. Additional discussion? discussion? Seeing none, do we want a hand or roll call?
Roll call, please.
Yes.
All right, so we
Yeah,
have,
we call the roll. The motion is pertaining to health insurance. Do you want me to reread it?
do you want to read the whole thing? Okay, so we're going, motion is to modify the amounts appropriated in the following departments to raise and appropriate $42,938 for health insurance in the administrative department, which is a reduction of $4,000 as delineated in this version, to raise and appropriate the sum of $40,304 for health insurance in the nursing home activities department, and to raise and appropriate the sum of $491,870 for health insurance in corrections.
Okay.
All right, Arsenal,
I'm abstaining
Birch,
on the basis that I believe we've already voted the budget.
Virgil,
Yes.
Comtois,
Yes.
Coniers, yes, DiMartino,
Abstaining.
Fields,
I'm not really sure what it is that we're cutting because he went so fast I couldn't keep up with what section.
It is not cutting anything from what I can see. It is moving funding for health insurance from one line to another.
I'm gonna abstain.
Fink, Seymour,
Yes.
Gulick, Holmes, Hewitt,
No.
Luther,
No.
Raymond,
No.
Sylvia,
Yes.
Tilton,
Yes.
Dabney,
Yes.
Morseman.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 yeses, 3 noes, and 4 abstentions.
Motion carries.
All right, Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to appropriate the sum of $1,775,000 from the fund balance. This would leave the amount to be raised by taxation, $13,663,314. It would result in a 2.3% increase, but
Would you get the number again for the amount?
$1,775,000 from fund balance.
Okay, and that would leave the amount to be raised by taxation?
$13,663,314.
Okay. Okay.
There's a motion.
This should leave the budget with, to be raised by taxation to be $13,663,314, with a resulting increase.
Actually,
It was 136.
No, one, yeah.
663, 314.
I think it's one. Yes, that's correct. Okay, motion. I will second. Further discussion?
Yeah, how much, I didn't catch how much of an increase in the budget that would be,
That increases the budget 2.3% roughly.
1.3?
Over what?
2 point.
Actually reduces the amount to be raised by taxes by 1.6%.
What?
Reduces the amount to be raised by taxes of 2013 levels by 1.6%.
Except that we've already given to the communities the taxation, the increased taxation from the mutual aid, so. Okay, Representative Hewitt.
So they're not using last year because.
We're having a discussion here of the delegation.
Oh, I
Thank you.
couldn't.
I understand what Representative Cormier is saying, but the amount to be raised by taxation is a factor of the total amount of money appropriated for all purposes, minus the total amount of revenue and the application of whatever amount of fund balance. If you subtract those from the total appropriation, that gives you the amount to be raised by taxation. You can't vote a particular number to be the amount to be raised by taxation. That's actually going to be set by the DRA, but it's a function of making that calculation. And I haven't heard, other than, as you know from the little lawsuit about any budget that's been adopted with a bottom line yet. An example, in going over the minutes, which I don't usually do, but unfortunately I did it today because I had some time. In the minutes of the February 11th meeting, on page 3, nursing home nursing department, there was a motion by Representative Hewlett.
Wait a minute, so we can all find it. Where exactly are you speaking, please?
February 11th, page 3.
2/11.
Nursing home nursing department.
Yes.
There was a motion by Representative Hewlett, seconded by Representative DiMartino, to adopt the 2014 Commissioner's recommended budget for the nursing department of $5,857,492. There was a roll call vote. There were 7 yeses and 10 noes, so the motion failed. I've looked through the rest of the minutes, and I don't see where we've taken any other action pertaining to the nursing home nursing department since that motion failed.
The motions were in part of the discussions of, because we have been, if I can remind you, we have been building this budget in the 10, how many meetings have we had? 9 or 10 meetings. So we have been building this budget. So apparently, as I heard her words, it says this should leave. I don't recall that it said it will leave. So unless I've missed something, I think based on the calculations, if you look at the amounts that we have been working with, the motions that have affected the nursing home have to do with salaries, wages, and health insurance. So those amounts would be effective in each of those departments.
That doesn't answer the question about the nursing home nursing department line. What's the amount on that line?
The amount that we have on that line as of the last,
Nursing home nursing.
$1,192,938. That is the accumulation of our votes as we've been going along.
For what? The last, I have, what I refer to as version 6.
We're talking about the latest one that was sent out, which was February 28th, which reflected the level funding of health insurance, which was the last motion that was made. Should be,
22814, complete budget, 34 pages. Email to all of us, I have a copy over here. I don't just throw them away when you get them, because there can be mistakes in there. So the very first one that came out in December, I have in my book, and that I call version 1. Each time we made changes, the administration put out another 34-page budget. Wasteful of paper, but when you're using Microsoft Excel, it's really hard to do it any other way. So now I'm up to version 6, and I followed the numbers all the way through the different iterations, and the amount shown on page 31.
Deborah, excuse me just a moment. Deborah, the one we have in front of us is the one that was sent on February 28th that shows the amount to be appropriated for health insurance was level funded from every department. It was the last spreadsheet that you sent out, correct?
It has Representative Burchell's motion, and it reflects health insurance numbers exactly as they existed in 2013.
Okay, so that should be the latest, that is what our working document is. We've been building as we've had a meeting, we've had votes, and we've been building on this spreadsheet.
I'm worried about that total.
I don't understand the question. What's the question, Dave?
The question is, what is the amount of money that we voted for the nursing home, nursing department?
The nursing department, which is 025100, nursing home administration.
No, it's not.
Could you give me go ahead, Representative Tilton, if you understand.
Yeah, I think what he's getting at is we did neglect to actually accept, when we voted down what that motion was, which was basically after saying the commissioner's budget, version 1, we didn't then vote to accept everything else that we had incorporated. So that one department within the nursing home needs another vote. And, I think the quantity that is on that February 28th, and we didn't make any changes today, the bottom line for that department is $5,443,000.
Wait, where?
So
Page 31.
On page 31.
Yeah.
What?
And I don't think there's been any disputes in the nursing department.
Is that the department?
5443023, I think. It's hard to read.
Okay, so the current amount is $5,443,023. Yes, Representative.
I'm not sure if Representative Tilton is correct or not, but we don't have any disputes about the nursing department. I'd like to ask the director a question.
Certainly.
Director Lowe?
Yes.
How many positions do you have open?
I believe I've got 9 positions as of this week that are open.
Okay. And do you have any plans to fill them in the near future?
Yeah, we're presently recruiting for vacant positions. If you look on the county website, you can see where our vacancies are.
Okay. So you're trying to actively fill those 9 positions?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so go ahead and make a motion.
I'll move that
Oh, what is the motion? I apologize.
All right, we already have the motion,
Okay.
don't we have to fix it? I would like to amend the motion.
Motion on the floor.
Let me amend the motion by saying appropriate $1,775,000 from fund balance.
Okay,
period.
Yeah. And,
any further discussion on this motion?
I guess I really wanted to question the finance director who said that goes to 1.6. I calculate that out at 2.30, which I just did again. Can you verify that number, that that's not what we come out with?
What number, sir? I'm not sure what number you're referring to.
Well, I heard you speak up after we read off, or the clerk read off the
Amount to be raised by tax.
the amount to be raised by taxes. Now, I agree with what Representative Hewlett said, that's a calculated amount, we don't move that. Nevertheless, it's not hard to do the calculations to figure out what's left. We've got all expenditures and all the other revenue, and that number that I calculated out as 2.30, and you just said 1.6.
That's correct. That's correct. The amount to be raised by taxes from Belknap County.
No, oh, okay.
That's what we're
Yeah,
discussing here,
yeah.
correct?
Correct.
The amount to be raised by taxes by Belknap County, as it stands right now, is $13,663,314. In 2013, that number was $13,889,467. So we are at roughly $300,000 less that we are asking to be raised by taxes.
Say
which
again,
equals
the one, 13,356?
the number that you're at for amount to be raised for 2014,
Well, that and 13.
2014, for Representative Cormier, is $13,663,314.
Okay, and
In 2013, the amount of taxes it was raised by Belknap County was $13,889,467.
okay.
So
Because
we are
the amount-
Because
300,000.
they're going back to the
May I
old
answer his
dialogue
question?
about.
May I answer his
about
question?
that.
May I answer his question?
Yes, you may.
So that mathematical equation equals a 1.6% reduction in the amount to be raised by Belknap County taxes.
Okay.
Croc TV.